said all of this trans stuff would eventually lead to the normalization of pedophilia? Well, we've reached our destination, folks. You are now officially a right-wing extremist if you aren't open to the idea of an 85-year-old man making out with your prepubescent son. We begin this week's roundup with the people who insist on bringing the West to its knees. They hate themselves, they hate you, they hate their country, and if they weren't intentionally sterilizing themselves, they would hate their own offspring too. That's right, I'm talking about the I support the current thing brigade. It started with masks, then vaccines, then BLM, Ukraine, the alphabet people, and now they've created a brand new badge to support the Dalai Lama. Why, you ask? Well, to let him and everyone else know that they support his current decision to ask a child to suck on his tongue.
Then I think finally here also. And suck my tongue.
The support he's receiving from his followers is to be expected. When you kick God out of your country and replace him with this, you're sending out a big rainbow bat signal to child predators that your children are ripe for the picking. One Twitter user wrote, "Expression of emotion and manners today has been melted together and become vividly westernized, bringing in a narrative of other cultures, customs, and social influence on gender and sexuality to interpret Tibetan way of expression is heinous." Ah yes, here we go again. Deviant from other culture behaves abhorrently, and it is once again the white man's fault. Hey, if we can all agree that gender roles, the nuclear family, peace, common decency, and not f***ing kids are values exclusive to the West, can we also agree that nationalism may not be such a bad idea after all? No? Yeah, that's what I thought. Speaking of old dirty pedophiles, Steven Tyler has denied allegations that he sexually assaulted a 16-year-old in 1973 and forced her to get an abortion. In the court documents, Misley alleged that Tyler coerced and persuaded her into believing they had a romantic love affair, which started when she was 16 and he was 25. Does it count as sexual assault when the predator also identifies as a 16-year-old girl? I mean, look at this motherfucker. He looks like he could be the next spokesperson for Bud Light. Anheuser-Busch loses more than $5 billion in value amid Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light controversy. Since March 31st, shares of Bud Light's parent company have fallen by nearly 4%, knocking down the company's market capitalization from $132.38 billion to $127.13 billion on Wednesday. Honestly, I'm surprised this stunt didn't work. You'd think it would be a pleasant reminder for every 45-year-old man of that one tricky tranny in the 90s who bested the best of them. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, let's keep the tranny train going. Kelsey Ballerini catches heat for woke country music television awards allyship with Drag Race stars. If you go down, I'm going down too. If you go down, I'm going down too. Wow, back in my day, these country girls were singing songs about cutting their husband's dicks off. Little did we know they were just getting ahead of their future sex change surgeries. I have 2 vaginas, one for my husband and one for my career. A woman born with 2 vaginas has embraced her rare condition and become a popular content creator on OnlyFans, saying she uses one of her organs for work and the other for play. Evelyn Miller, 31, was first diagnosed with uterus didelphys in 2011 after a gynecologist noticed a physical irregularity during an examination at the Women and Children's Hospital in Adelaide, Australia. Well, a woman born with a duck-like decoy vagina would be from Australia. It's a colony of convicts over there. Relax, you don't need to comment and educate me on the beauty and grace that is the Australian people. I watch Mass Australia. As a teenager, the Australian said she noticed something was wrong with her nether region because her boyfriend's penis just kept hitting a wall when they tried to have sex for the first time. I avoided sex for so long after that, she explained in an interview with Southwest News Service. Guys didn't know what they were doing and they just end up slamming their penis against my urethra. To be fair, us single vagina ladies have that problem too. She said she didn't publicly share that she had uterus didelphys until she started her OnlyFans account in 2018 with the support of her spouse. I was always curious about sex work, and sometimes other men are involved too, Miller declared. It doesn't feel like cheating, really. I've got one vagina for work and another for play. Wow, born with two vaginas and no brain. By that logic, I guess we can also assume that all gay men are virgins. That's gonna be a huge surprise for the Muslims when they get to heaven. Mrs. Miller isn't the only one in search of brains this week. Tiffany Dover has returned from the dead as some sort of vaccine-injured AI robot zombie. For those of you who don't remember, Tiffany was the nurse who fainted on live television 3 years ago after getting the COVID vaccine. She then went completely AWOL, prompting reasonable people to conclude that she died. No sight of her on the news, people close to the family claimed she stopped making appearances, and she even went radio silent on her socials. Well, not so fast, conspiracy theorists. Only a nut job would assume someone who no longer exists is dead. It turns out Tiffany is alive and well.
Hey guys, so I know it's been a really long time, and I really don't even know where to begin, but I guess I could start with I'm alive. I'm alive, and I have a new episode of the podcast, Tiffany Dover is Dead, coming out tonight. I hope that it will help to clear up a lot of the questions that you guys have.
The podcast she's referring to is actually an appearance on NBC. She was interviewed by the news station where she explained her absence, her medical condition, and her future plans.
Why not come out and dispel these rumors?
Initially, that was exactly what I wanted to do. And unfortunately, I was told that that absolutely would not happen.
The hospital told you not to speak out.
Correct. Yes. It would be irrecoverable damage is what I was told if I was to speak out and have another episode.
The whole thing is very odd, and I find it quite serendipitous that she's reappeared just as AI technology and deepfakes are constantly in the news. I mean, these are the photos that NBC included in the piece on Tiffany. Why is she hiding in a cornfield looking like a freshly infected zombie about to feast on your family dog? It's just utterly bizarre. Oh god, she made it to the horse stable, and she's giving him Fies eyes. Run for your life, Black Beauty! Seriously, this picture looks like someone typed "dead girl seduces a horse" into an AI generator. It won't be long before deepfake Tiffany starts selling her computer-generated nudes on the internet. Just like the beauty in this next story. An AI-generated woman has successfully sold nudes to unsuspecting Reddit users. Photos of the ultra-realistic Claudia character, which were created using the artificial intelligence tool Stable Diffusion, began appearing across different Reddit forums a few months ago. One image attracted hundreds of comments, with one user writing, "You're looking very pretty," and another adding, "Holy crap, you are beautiful." My favorite part about this story is that the fraudsters took their scam directly to Reddit, where they're most likely to find low IQ users with lots of disposable income from their moms. And now for my favorite news of the week. Netflix has released another period drama to blackwash European history for its uneducated viewers. This time, it's the depiction of Cleopatra as a Black African woman. For those of you who don't know, while Cleopatra was an Egyptian queen, she was of Macedonian descent and didn't have even a single drop of Egyptian blood running through her veins. Yeah, I know, I was surprised too. It's not what we were told in our indoctrination camps, was it? Here's a depiction of the queen circa 46 BC as a fair-skinned, seemingly auburn-haired white woman. A far cry from this.
I remember my grandmother saying to me, "I don't care what they tell you in school, Cleopatra was black."
She has become an icon.
I am a god, queen of kings.
Now, if you're the type of person who says things like, "It's just a show, everyone knows Cleopatra wasn't black," I invite you, on any given day, to peruse the comments section on Reddit and Twitter. One user says, "This is ridiculous. Cleopatra? Black? The response? Yes, she was. Another says she probably wasn't just completely European. You've got to remember that her family had actually lived in Egypt for 300 years by the time she came into power. We've got to remember? Okay, dude with a beard named Scarlet, I think you gotta remember that royalty do not breed with commoner. I know this is a difficult concept for a modern white man to understand, but there was a time when white people didn't promote their own extinction. They also didn't allow other men to have sex with their wives, even if they had a perfectly good second vagina.
I swear y'all always got something to be mad at. I see no good reason why an actor of any race can't play any historical figure. It's acting. Queen Charlotte, you know, you got Queen Charlotte coming out from Shonda. Then the internet be internet Muhammad Ali, Snow White, Queen Elizabeth II, Hitler. Y'all are so immature. Polar bear. Leave the animals out of this, please. Martin Luther King, what? The man who stood against the Nate. Get out of here. Obama. Simone. Can he be snooped? Please. Rosa Parks. I ain't finna move. Netflix presents Black Panther. Under the sea.
Alright guys, that's it for me today. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out some other videos from my channel. I will see you all next week for the next weekly roundup. Bye!